Hey, good morning. Sorry for the longer delay than usual there. My camera was not being very helpful and easy to maneuver to get the correct thing. Also, the duct tape on my light decided that it didn't want to hold super well anymore, so I had to retape it. We have a very professional setup around here. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get a pattern up here. There we go. Drink some iced tea here. All right. Weather's wreaking havoc on my sinuses as usual here. We're listening to some Vertical Horizon this morning. Just feeling kind of more chill and down tempo. So I grabbed a few albums to that effect. Okay, so we finished all this. We started filling in kind of our way down here. Excuse me. With various colors. Feels like a blast from the past. Yeah, I like Vertical Horizon. It's a good album. It was fun because it was one of those bands that you'd hear on both the rock and pop charts simultaneously. He's everything you want. He's everything you need. He's everything inside of you that you wish you could be. I think there was something we had almost finished that we were gonna finish and then we didn't because we messed up a thing, but we'll get there eventually, so I think I'm just gonna work my way down. So with that in mind, let's grab Wedgwood Dark 3842 and start there. This one. Never did notice you still hide away. Angels that won't return. It's everything you want. This was definitely their big song. They had a couple, but this was the big one. Says all the right things at exactly the right time, but he means nothing to you and you don't know why. I am everything you want. I am everything you need. Everything inside of you that you wish you could be. There we go. So let's start simple with this little bit here. Now I'm going to actually start stitching and completely rearrange everything I have set up. You know how it is. Ugh. Here's how I think it will sit, and then how it's actually gonna sit. Camera landed differently than normal here, so bear with me as I try to remember to pop it back into frame here. It's a bad part about using the same camera for Stitch Cam and Cat Cam, but moving it. but I can never get it back into the same place it was before. Just say your name It's not so bad. You're only the best I ever had. Come on. Needle, there's 2 spots you could go into, and either one would be fine. I'm gonna have my tools fight me sort of morning, see. You're always right. That's okay, we're stubborn. We'll get there. There, we filled in a block of color. Woo! Then we have a little bit more of this color over here, so let's hop over there. Right here. Up inside. The cloud of the sun that goes on. There we go. Got all of our Wedgwood stitches in. Meow. Get that anchored and figure out what color we want to do next. All right. Yeah. I have a little bit of that color left that I didn't line back on the bobbin yet, and I'd forgotten about it, and it startled me slightly. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Go on. Let's do that one. Canary Bright 973. This one. All right. Hello, hello. That is an adorable emote. That's so cute. I love it. But welcome, welcome. We're working on chugging along on S14 here. Listening to some chill music. Got Vertical Horizon going. All your emotes are cats. Nice. I have a couple cat ones. They're all either cats or me. Oh, I also love Vertical Horizon. Don't tell me how I be. Yes, I like some suffering. Not a well-known band. They were. We went past their or we just had their big hit. They were. I mean, they were on both the pop and the rock charts for a bit. Gray Sky Morning. I disagree. Oh yeah, the best I ever had. Yep, that's the no. Everything You Want, I thought was the big one. Everything You Want is the one I remember hearing everywhere. Gray Sky Morning was also. I think best I ever had was the one that hit the rock charts, or at least the rock stations, which I listened to way more. Also, if you like 90s chill dad rock, I've got a selection today that is adjacent to that. I've got Vertical Horizon. I've got Incubus Morning View, probably up next. which is their super chill album. And then we can either veer into more 70s prog with either Camel or Yes, or we can veer into a little bit more upbeat and go to Train Spotting. That's what I have set aside for this morning. We're going not quite as chill as last week with Enigma and Vast. Incubus is top tier. I've seen them live. It was great. Mom and I went was the first show at, or no, that wasn't the first show at the new I say at that time the new arena. No, that was one of the last was still the old one, I want to say. Tool was the first show at the new arena, although Cher was the grand opening one. I did not go to Cher. I did go to Tool. Tool was awesome. Maynard sang with his back to the crowd as usual. Feel like I don't care for Tool as much as I used to. I don't know why. Alright, that does it for the yellow here. So let's anchor that and grab another piece. Inside a base of a lonely miracle. Now you wait and lie awake for a lonely miracle. It's one of those bands that gets deeper the more you listen. Yeah. It's one of those I was very into in high school and fell off a bit more as I got older. Some of the bands stuck around, some didn't. It happens. I think some of the lyrics put me off of it kind of over time. The some of it trying to sound way deeper than it is, and some of the more kind of immature stuff for the sake of it. Oh yeah. It is like literal math rock, which I don't say derisively. It's very, very cool. 3827. Miracle, a miracle. All you I did was a miracle, a miracle. whether or not it still clicks with me, I will always have a lot of respect for that band. And there's definitely still tracks I really enjoy by them. You're a trace inside a place of a lonely miracle. The tough one lately has been coming to terms with not caring as much for one of my favorite bands in middle and high school. Even some of their older stuff. Fear Factory was one of my absolute favorites. And like their newer stuff is not good. But even the stuff I really liked, it's like I still enjoy it, but it's not as top tier as it used to be for me. That's always weird to reconcile. He's a very good drummer. Have you been around for any of King Giz? Because I feel like especially if you like 70s prog, Polygon Dwanaland is one that you would appreciate musically and also music theory wise. Heck, if you like, I can just play that one too. Make me stay down. Oh, you make it work it out. Oh, you make me stay down. Yep. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Just looked it up. Tell you what, we'll throw Polygon Dwanaland on next. I don't need much of an excuse to listen to Polygon Dwanaland. As KDM knows. If you get into them, you're welcome and I'm sorry. You're welcome because there's a lot there to listen to, and I'm sorry because there's a lot there to listen to. They're, a little prolific. I'm alright, by the way. Everyone saves the day. Sometimes I feel it. Send it up. Send it up now. Send it up. New albums go burr. You're not kidding. They haven't officially announced anything upcoming, but they've been playing new tracks and posting pictures of noodling in the studio, so it could be one album, it could be 4. Who knows? We'll find out when they announce it and or it comes out the next day because they're absurd. It's a good thing I don't get into collecting vinyl and variants because that way lies ruin and madness with that band. Sometimes I feel it. Send it up. Send it up now. Although speaking of vinyl, my friend got me for my birthday the Ghost EP, the 7 Inches of Satanic Panic with the like late 60s psychedelic cover and that kind of era of music that I'm definitely gonna have to spin once I get the turntable set up like I keep meaning to do. She said it was either for listening or framing, whichever is cool. And I'm like, well, Loma Vista is notorious for having bad pressings, so I'll attempt to spin it once and then probably frame it. They sound groovy. I will definitely like those guys, thanks. Like I said, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. But like I said, I'll throw on Polygon Dwanaland next. Thing to know about King Giz, they are rooted in psychedelic rock. But they genre hop like no one's business. So if you ever are looking for a direction to go with them, let me know and I can point you in one. The subreddit has made a flowchart. And someone made a website to just assist in finding giz you like. Osric Tentacles is great. My friend got me into them. You're the first human I know that's heard of them. I grew up with parents with interesting musical tastes and also audiophiles, so that was very formative for me. I try not to initiate music discussions with people unless they do. Because a lot of my stuff is kind of music for musicians sort of thing. And not necessarily terribly accessible. And I am well aware of that fact. Is this art? Like that with every topic. I'm worse about it with music than most things, and I'll be the first to admit it. Oh, I might be on there somewhere as well. Wouldn't surprise me terribly. I've not officially diagnosed, but basically pretty sure I've got ADHD. I've discussed it with a couple different therapists. The hyperfixation can definitely be real for me. I've got the craft closet to back it up too. ADHD crafting is real and it is dangerous. I've gotten so much better over the years at learning how much I can dip a toe into a thing before jumping in all the way and buying all the things. Which, man, that was some trial and error to get to that point. And I've been actually paring down my piles of things by having friends and coworkers mention that they would like to try or get into a thing, and if I have supplies, I just give them a box and go, here, yours now. Can't come back to me. No finished project, only start. Yeah, I've got a lot of those. That's actually one of the reasons I'm streaming this one, is to kind of curb both ends of that so I don't So I didn't just like super zone in on finishing this and then get sick of it and not finish it in a timely manner. And on the other hand, to also have a scheduled time that I sit and work on it. But it's only a few hours a week, so I don't get totally sick of it. So it's worked out really well as a way to tackle this square. Because this is bigger and denser than most things I stitch. And also it made sense for letting more people know about the project to do it on the internet. It originated on the internet. It only made sense to me. You're gonna help with this year as well? If it happens again this year, probably. Although, we'll see. This is... I was gonna say, it's taken a while to do, but part of that was there was a long setup as I, actually got the physical bits together to stream it. But now that that's set, we'll see. I've got some other stuff I want to stitch on stream as well. And if there's a lot of people that want to be part of the project that weren't this time, I might step back and give them a chance. No worries, KDM. Your sprite is next on the docket no matter what. I have it saved. I still have to convert it and pick colors, but that won't take long. In fact, that'll probably be a one stream stitch. It shouldn't take very long. Yeah, 100 by 100 was kind of big. But I could see not wanting to have... I mean, it's going to depend on how, if it happens again this year, how big the canvas is, too. Because I could see not wanting to have to manage a bunch of smaller squares as well. Yeah. I think that's why they landed on the 100 by 100. Because it's big enough that you didn't have 20 million different squares, but small enough that it's feasible for a single stitcher to tackle in a reasonable time frame. Because they were also considering how much of a nightmare joining everything would be with more smaller squares, too. Look, we can see the little person. Oh yeah, I've talking about this project, I've always prefaced it with someone way more organized than I could ever be in my life headed up. Did you get many Among Us dudes? Well, I have um the purposeful ones, and they're adorable. As for hidden Among Us, I have one. And I will show you in just a moment. So I've got this row here of adorable little dudes. And then hidden ones, there's one right here. There might be a couple more hiding in here. But I have not come across any more yet. Won't be my rapture. You won't believe. If faith and hide, you will read. 3846. This one. There are 4 ones a false positive on the search algorithm. Don't see it. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of jokes that I've made as well that whatever the algorithm had for the Among Us count, you need to ask the Stitchers. Because we'll find all of them as we go. Because we're the ones actually combing this whole canvas pixel by pixel as we stitch it. I was going to say, if you didn't hear them last week and you're not already aware, you should check into Vast. They are so good. I think it's one of those, it's basically one guy doing electronica, sort of, electronica, borderline industrial sort of stuff, but from what you've been mentioning, I think you would enjoy them. Visual Audio Sensory Theater is their first album, and Music for People is their second. I don't know if they have anything beyond that, but those two are both fantastic. I think that was the last track on the album. Yep. I promised Polygon Dwonderland, so we're gonna hop to Polygon Dwonderland. But I joke that I like to listen to Dad Rock on my Dad Media. I have a giant CD collection. Go to library. This is King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard Polygon Dwonderland. This is their very 70s prog album. So you like intricate rhythms and patterns and off beats and stuff. This is very polyrhythmic, where the different instruments are in different time signatures that sync up every X measures. And if you enjoyed this, I'm pointing you straight in the direction of Gentle Giant, because they are fantastic and one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, because it's pretty, because this one's quieter than the It's always weird switching from the optical drive to the audio library. Primus is fun. I do enjoy Primus. If you don't mind some weird jazzy jamming, we've played Oysterhead on the channel, but that's a fun one. It's Les Claypool, Phil Anselmo, and Stuart Copeland. It's as weird as it sounds like it would be. Ah, you've listened to Oysterhead? They're good. I don't know if they've ever had anything beyond the one album. The Grand Pecking Order. Les Claypool is not a human. I love the story of Les Claypool trying out for Metallica with his upright bass. God's like a crumbling castle. Alright, we've got one stitch to pick up, which is always fun. I love confetti. Dusty Rose, very light, 3716. Did I say 3716? I did say 3716, because this is it. Pick up one stitch. Though I will not complain about confetti anywhere in this project after having done this section. This section sucked so hard. Monochrome confetti. Ugh. Sound of the constant lightning would be enough to look at the thought of the end of the world that would pour our tinnitus from the lawn. And the wind will sway back and forth as little as an aged human being. And there are walls that central liver. The filth forms into great nastiness. Polygon on a don't want to be crumbling, crumbling castle. I don't want to be a crumbling, crumbling, crumbling castle. I don't want to crawl into dust. I don't want nothing left to live on. The ache inside my deep spurs me on. Like I would want to be invisible. Well, I always tell people if you enjoy share my weird taste in music, do you ever need recommendations, let me know. I've got a whole list, depending on what style of weirdness you're looking for. Or just hang out on Mondays and you'll hear a lot of it. To be a crumbling, crumbling, crumbling castle. I don't remember if I've played Mahavishnu Orchestra. I know I've set them aside for a Monday morning, but I think that might have been the morning my optical drive died and we didn't get to it. To the sun and the moon and the sun. And I will never, ever, ever be offended if someone doesn't like anything that I enjoy musically. I'm just glad when people find something that they do like and that they enjoy and makes them happy. There's so much stuff out there that I don't care for, but I can respect almost all of it. And if I don't enjoy it, I'm glad someone does. So without variety, that would be real boring. Like, I'll take recommendations from anyone for any genre and listen with an open mind. Because then at least I know more about it. Even if it's not even remotely my jam. Yeah. I also abhor gatekeeping in basically anything and do my best to actively not and call people out on it. Let people enjoy things, dang it. Rumbling, rumbling castle. Your gatekeep of gatekeeping. If so, I can live with that. Musicals isn't even a musical genre so varied. I tend to like violins. Violins are dope. I guess with musicals, that would be you like music with strong vocal component and generally kind of a cohesive theme, which is not dissimilar to a lot of prog rock. I have the box out, like, I know what I'm looking for before I even look at the sheet to see what color I'm looking for. Whew, we're in good form today. 972. James. Oh, they're kidding. Sarcasm. Kappa's usually the sarcasm shorthand. Yeah, that's the downside of primarily hanging out in a channel that is not part of general greater Twitch culture. Gonna get the polygon tunnel out. But yeah, for whatever reason, that's a global emote that is basically a shorthand for lol JK. It's just a different way of storytelling, because music can engage different parts of the brain than just speech can, which is why it's fascinating sometimes that people who have stutters or stammers through speech therapy will sing, because it engages differently and they won't have a stutter or a stammer while they actually sing. And yeah, it gives you kind of like an mnemonic will sometimes help you remember different words or phrases. The music can help you help it stick in different ways as well. And it's a different sort of performative method too. It's all about finding a style of that appeals to you. Like, no judgment here. I grew up and am still a fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber, even though objectively I know much of it is not great. Yep. Yeah, if you want a really interesting look at singing as speech therapy, look into legitimately Skitman John. Todd in the Shadows did a really good video on him. He was a like serious jazz musician. Like amazing pianist and scat vocalist. And his wife encouraged him to do singing to help him get over his stutter. And he does like interviews about it too. Very, very wholesome human and very serious musician. But highly recommend the One Hit Wonderland on it. Go to hell, we are casting bells. I also unironically enjoy his music, both the serious jazz and the goofy techno scat. Oh yeah, Weber. I've seen a bunch of performances of Weber at Widener Center, local theater. Phantom's alright. One that I liked a lot growing up, but looking at it more objectively now, I dislike it a lot more is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's still fun, but man, it's not terribly cohesive. Phantom is entertaining to look at as a power move for his girlfriend, writing specifically for her. Oh, Starlight Express is great. I love Starlight Express. Widener did Starlight Express. It was so much fun. It's awful, but it's so much fun. It's about a train race, and they're on roller skates, and there's a 3D section with 3D glasses and ridiculous light effects, and the music is so very 70s and cheesy. I love it. Shalala Joseph, you'll make it someday. Shalala Joseph, something something. I probably still know most of the words to most of the songs of that one. Roller skates is the only thing enjoyable to me in that musical, and it wasn't enough. That's totally fair. That's also one that would be so much worse to watch like a recording of as opposed to seeing it live. But I have a soft spot for 70s cheese, so that's totally fair. It's so dumb. I love it so much. I assure you the over-the-topness of it in person is so much better. 433. But if you don't enjoy that style of cheesiness, that wouldn't do anything for you. And don't go out of your way. More the plot use of female trains. Oh, yeah, that could be. I wasn't paying attention much to the plot. I'm sure if I paid attention, I'd be annoyed. It didn't seem like a plot worth paying attention to, other than the fact that it was about a train race and they were on roller skates. And then I was just in it for the cheese. Oh yeah, this song's great. Very 70s prog. You definitely need to jam some Gentle Giant. I recommend The Power and the Glory. It's my favorite. I play it fairly frequently. I don't have it within arm's reach, though. They're like Renaissance, Baroque, rock, 70s prog? Yep, something like that. Also, if you like bass, he had just the heaviest, wonderful bass sound of the era, too. Oh, most of Andrew Lloyd Webber's plots are incredibly basic or reductive anyway, so like I have a soft spot for Cats because I grew up listening to it and the songs for it, but I know it's not great. Jesus Christ Superstar rocks harder than it has any right to. Whispering the inner sound. Send me a link. I may or may not get to it, but that sounds interesting enough that I would love to have a link in case I get to it. Under the skin, links erection from hollow rocks, from shallow streams, and try and see. Links, you should 100% on YouTube search KEXP King Giz and watch those. KEXP is a Seattle radio station that has a great little studio and has artists in to do sets for their different music. The Polygon Dwanaland one is amazing to be able to watch, but they're all fantastic. It's also a good way to discover some new bands. While you're there, you might also like the Murlocs. It's one of the members of this band. Two of the members in this band are in that band. That band predates Giz, but they are very, like, bluesy. Ambrose has a very distinctive squawk. Plays a lot of harmonica. But they also rock. I've seen them live. That was a lot of fun. And if you're enjoying any Giz and they come anywhere near you live, go see them. 100%. They go all across their discography, which is 26 studio albums, ? I don't even know anymore. They're going on 30 of the of studio albums. Their Bandcamp also has a bunch of live recordings off of the board that Stu mixes himself. All right. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, let's fill in this one last stitch of this color. Oh, there's one up here too. Aha, I'm glad I caught it before we had to come back for it. Yeah. Okay, we fill in this last stitch, which does have some colors in the next section down, so that'll be nice. Making our way down the column. Got all this minus one stitch done. The grumpy gamer cat is still adorable. I remember hearing that there was drama around that. I didn't remember what it was. I needed more swearing for that episode. Shall not be moved. so dry, I shall drink their blood. Oh, I see. Hiding in the wind, hiding in the dark. It will not the leaves and it will quake. But the thought of me, I am on a hook. Put them on display. When you said rating, I wasn't thinking like ESRB style rating. I was thinking like rating scale of 1 to 10. But that makes way more sense. 168, silver gray. What is with these crimes of treason? I will fight this Inquisition. If I have to, I will not surrender. If I'm backed into a corner, I will draw and quarter all the children just to prove I'm not a coward. I will put them all on Judas' cradle just to show them I'm God incarnate. Okay, that's kind of amazing. Bump it up to explicit for the swearing. I'll one had to because they love Spider-Man so much. That's entertaining. Press their royalty. Press their loyalty. Press their loyalty. Press their loyalty. Dang it. I did not anchor properly. Once upon a time there was a great Let's try that again. Fun fact, I thought that musical was a joke. A late night program my brother loved watching made up to New York and walked past the theater. Amazing. That's hilarious. Those are always fun discoveries. On the bastion of life with revenge, great intentions. Automatas indoctrinated with intent. Like that the clock was crushed under the... I kept talking. Oh, I do remember all the injuries from that. That's where I'd heard about that. That production was straight cursed. I knew I'd heard about it for some reason. Weary traveler, I am but what you seek. Join me in a meal to hear of my repentance. Lift the veil from your eyes and look beyond the three. The truth behind this tetrachromacy. I had a story could be true about a color under blue. You can't see it with your eyes, or with intellect. If there was no color blindness, shallow light the natural gas. But I see it for myself, settle my own curiousness. Back and forth, swinging like a tired eye. Look to the left and to the right. My three shades are divisible. Lost to see they're invisible. Learned a lot of wild musicals may or may not wish to see. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shenanigans out there, and I appreciate that a lot of it exists, but do not wish to see some of it. The territory, blended macro sky, some of the sorrow soft UV. It's one of those, I appreciate what you're doing and that you're out there doing it. I don't care for it, and I have no desire to partake of it, but I appreciate it. And the yards of the summer background, three shades are divisible, lost to see the invisible. Tetrachromacy, see what I can't see. Tetrachromacy, see what I can't see. Being able to appreciate something you don't enjoy. Well, there are limitations on that, but I try. All right, let's anchor this. Grab another piece of this silver. Tetrachromacy, see what I can't see. Searching for the way, try to brighten up my day. Searching for the glow inside the rainbow. And through rose-colored glasses won't work. It won't change anything. It is a vessel. Making sure I'm still on camera. There we go. drive. Doctor, please. I'll do anything. All to me. Makes me give me more. To see the world differently. Searching, 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 searching. Man, we're finishing out so many little squares today. It's great. I mean, it helps when it's not a ton of color changes. I believe, I believe, that's the fourth color. I am omnipresent for the many fingers, many lights and many light bulbs pop at my feet. I walk the streets slowly. I've seen the light, it's in my face. I am improving information. Now I am a garden of photon. And you get to see the magic of these mysterious runes turning into letters as we get the other half of the box. All right, let's anchor this. Grab the color that's the rest of the letters here, and then this box will be finished too. Woo! And that's going to slow down immensely when we get here, because this is a little rainbow flower, but also this has a lot of back and forth on the border and stuff, so We'll enjoy the speedy progress while we have it. I think once I anchor this, since we're at the very tail end of the album here, I'm going to take a quick break, hydrate and stretch, put a little bit of food in me. I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads because that'll knock out the pre-rolls for 60 minutes. And that also encourage everyone else to stand up and stretch and like fluids and hydrate and whatever else. Just a good natural break point here. So let me get this wound. And I'm going to take a quick break. Stick around. We'll be right back. Thanks for sticking through the break. That was a good stretch and fluid cycling, etc. Okay, let's grab our color for here. 602 Cranberry Medium. For those who have not seen it, I have all of the floss for this project in a Pokemon Elite Trainer box. Which is not the greatest idea because I don't close it. And I did, in fact, knock it over one time. And I am still feeling the effects of that. For the 4th time, I think I found all of the floss now, but there might still be some somewhere in my office. Alright, I was looking for 602. I think it's lighter than I expect it to be. Oh, also, if anyone's interested, this is Camel the Snow Goose. It is an instrumental based on a children's book. It's definitely in my top albums of favorites. I love this album. If you like 70s prog, Camel is fantastic. If you don't, then maybe don't. Check them out. No judgment here. Did I? No judgment except that I messed up. I have to pull some stitches. This isn't supposed to be here. This needs to be the other color. I was just thinking that I was doing so well. Like I've said, it's always satisfying knowing that I have anchored everything so well that it's hard to pull back out, but on the other hand, having to actually then pull it. I think because I haven't stitched over anything yet and I know exactly where I anchored it, it shouldn't be too bad. The trick is I have to pull enough to still give me enough to stitch with. So I end up having to pull further back than one would think. And also gauging whether or not the thread is still in good enough shape to restitch with it or not. I'm gonna have to trim this to get a clean end to thread. Alright, let's undo that stitch and anchor it here. Grab that color back out and redo it correctly. Okay. Yep. Grab 168 back out. Get floss everywhere. You know, it's process. Okay. Operation Fix Mistake. Fortunately, in this case, pretty easy operation. There we go. Fixed it. All right, let's anchor, and now we move on to the next color. Oh, come on, thread. I just want you to go onto the needle, please. There we go. Sorry. Accidentally bonked the mic with the cross-stitch stand. Apologies if that made a not great noise. Look at that, it was letters all along. There we go, another box done. Got this whole upper corner and this whole row done now. Now we're encroaching down into the dark side of the moon territory here. Woo, indeed. All right, let's see where we want to start in this next chunk here. I think I want to get this little box filled in before I miss it. So let's start with that color, because it'll have a little bit around here. And that color is 433 brown medium dark. All right, make sure I'm keeping track of how many stitches across I'm supposed to be doing here, since I don't have a ton of the rest of the stitches around it in yet. All right. Got our bit of brown in there. You can't really see the white that we did before, but I assure you it's there. All right, let's take a look and see what color is up next. I think it's going to be, excuse me, 606 Orange Red Bright. There we go. Okay. Sorry for the more radio silence here. This is a section I need to actually kind of count and pay attention to a little bit. Alright, and then we hop over to here. We're finishing off with this little badge here. I always feel a little bit like a dot matrix or inkjet printer stitching like this. I'm just sort of hitting the relevant bits in rows or columns. Cat hair in everything I do, no matter how hard I try not to. There we go. Not sure what TSOS is, but we've got their letters in. I don't think we're gonna finish the inset dark side section here above the rainbow, but we might be able to finish it next time. Let's keep chugging away and see how far we get today. Got a couple stitches to drop in here and there, so let's do those. 554 violet light. There it is. Yeah, this should be a good length. I've only got 2 stitches to put in. Not sure how much I like this lavender right next to this red-orange, but eh. Not my design. Come on. Just gotta look at the generated part, make sure that all looks correct. Yep. It's weird but accurate. Sorry, I still have a real bad habit of managing to angle it such that the stand blocks the camera when I'm anchoring. Alright, we got those 2 stitches in. Keep finishing out this little section, so we've got a couple more colors with a few stitches each. Let's grab 782 Topaz Dark. I just did a really cool maneuver that of course wasn't on camera where I flipped the floss box to try to move it over because I knew I hadn't had one for a while, this one for a while, and it unearthed perfectly to that one. You're gonna have to take my word for it. It was awesome. Some days my standards for what is awesome is real flexible. Yep. All right. A couple more stitches of one more color and this little part of the box will be done. Life indeed. We're actually getting near the bottom of the page. Because this right here is where this page ends. And we'll just have that chunk left and then it will be finished. We're creeping up on the end of this one. Okay, now we need 913 Nile Green Medium. There we go. That one I had to dig for. And I think that's the end of the album as well, so... Yep, let me grab another one here. Let's continue chill vibes with Incubus Morning View. It features the hit Wish You Were Here. And it has CD-ROM features. Fancy. Turn it down a touch because it's louder than the last one. I also enjoy Incubus. I think this is my favorite album of theirs, actually. Even though it's a bit of departure from the rest of their stuff. Felt the way I feel today. It's hard for me to specify. I'm beginning to notice how much this feels like a waking dream. It's a needles, nice to know you. Goodbye. Make Yourself is real good too. I agree. I said I like pretty much all the stuff they've done that I'm familiar with, unless they've done anything recently I haven't listened to. This is part of the collection of CDs I listened to a lot in high school and middle school. I think this one would be high school. I think the tour I saw them on was the tour for this album. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, the album is still a thing I listen to front and back. I said, I listen to my dad rock on my dad media. What would it mean to you? To know that everything back around again. Hey, whatever it means to you. Know that everything moves in circles, yeah. We win at Thread Chicken again. Dang it. Fell off my needle. And then tangled, but not in a way that would knot it or anchor it securely. Just a way that would make it annoying. Listen to this album in Hoobastank for months. Hoobastank never clicked with me, but I remember them being big. The ones that I weirdly mix up are Linkin Park and Disturbed, because they had albums that came out around the same time, and I listened to them both a lot. So for a long time, I would mix up the two bands weirdly, even though they sound nothing alike. What would it mean to you? That everything that come around again. Whatever it means to you. Sorry, this isn't really visible, but I have very little space to work with this. Because my tail is so short. The bad part about Thread Chicken. There we go. Secured. Put away the extra here. Alright, let's see what we got next. I wish you were here. I wish you were here. I wish you were here. I wish you were. It's just deciding what I want to do here. Let's fill in some more up here and keep working our way down. So we're going to need 814 Garnet Dark. Punched in it. I'm sending you echoes. Signal them with my lighter. This moment I am happy. Happy. I wish you were here. I wish you were here. I wish you were. I wish you were here. It's a roller coaster that I am now trapped in. I wish you were here. I wish you were. I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Wish you were. Wish you were here. Alright, finished up that color. Got a couple of stitches of black, and then we can do the border. See what up, and you're shaking me up, and you're rubbing good chalkboard I left in 3rd grade. Isolation. There we go. Making a lot of good progress today. It's actual visible progress, which is always exciting. All right, let's grab 973, Canary Bright, and start on the border here. Colors are burned in your brain when you say the number. I see the color and stitches you had to do. Well, bad news is I have all but one color on my square. You've missed some of it, because I think a couple of the colors I'm done with now, but yeah. I think there were 32 total colors, and I have 31 of them on my square. And again, you're always first when no one's on your side, but then again... It's not so bad. I had some of the colors already. Had to buy about half of them. I had to buy the fabric anyway. All the squares that had the King Giz Gator that I had actually helped with during place were already claimed because there was Stardew on those. So understandable. So I grabbed this one because of the dark side of the moon rainbow. And like I've said before, it's been a nice section because it's a mix of some sections of just big color, so that goes quick, but mixed up with like little squares of changing up. And honestly, minimal like true confetti. Like there's a bit here and there where it's only like a couple stitches, but this was the only like real confetti section. Not like the nightmare sections that are the void. Q10? Yeah, I'll take a peek. My stitching probably just mostly looks better because my camera isn't very high quality. I do my best to focus it, but it is not a camera that is optimized for this sort of thing. I'm not a particularly tidy or consistent stitcher, but doing my best. All right, let's anchor this. I've got a little more in that flower heart underneath, but I don't know if I have enough thread to do all the stitches, so I think it's going to be cleaner and a better idea to just anchor it and grab a new piece. And also I want to do it a row at a time so I'm not just jumping into the middle of it, so I have less chance of messing up. Probably do it up, but either way. I'd rather put away the color and dig it back out later than risk messing it up, which is way more of a pain. All right, 972 Canary Deep. Meow. Time you come around, all things put on the ground. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's get the rest of this border in here. There we go. And same thing where there's some of this color down here, but I'll wait and do it as a stripe so that I don't mess it up. All right, let's keep working our way down this way, I think. Let's grab 907, Parrot Green Light. There it is. Strange accent. All right, got the little bit. Looks kind of like a fishy. Don't know if it's a fishy. I'm gonna call it a fishy. Globe, globe. I let life pass you by. Time for some invisible stitches. White on white for the win, I guess. I passed her by. She called out a warning. I let life pass you by. There, we got all the white in there, even though you can't see it. Let's see here. Let's go back to 168 for a few stitches. All right, got those stitches in. Let's grab Canary Bright 973. I think we're going to finish up this little bit here and call it for the morning, and then next time we'll do the rainbow flower here and work on down the dark side rainbow. We're nearly done with this page. Then we just have the little page at the bottom there, and that's it. Woo, indeed. It is so close. We got a lot done today. Especially considering all the color changing we were doing. Thank you. If I wasn't streaming it a few hours a week, I'm not sure how well I would have stuck with this. Or tried to just charge through the whole thing and be miserable with it. Streaming it has been nice. Also, hope you're doing well today, Penance. You're not following Penance, should check them out. Lots of tabletop role-playing and indie horror of variable quality. And adorable cats. Alright, get this anchored. Mr. Loudcat nearly broke the internet router today. Oof. That's no good. I'm sure he had loud opinions about being stopped from breaking things. And how it was a vast injustice. Sorry, I keep bonking the mic. As I mentioned before, I'm crammed in a little bit differently than normal. Just to how the camera ended up. Just clumsy realized it wasn't a statement for him to lamp and the router. Oh, buddy. 433, brown medium. There we go. Another color laid in there. Alright, let's grab golden brown pale 3827. This one. Oh, come on. Refuses to go on the needle. Hang on. There, geez. Claw's just not behaving. Sorry, just losing my place here. Alright, we have 3 stitches left in 2 different colors. We need 3843 electric blue. Got our entire 1 stitch of that color. For that little bit anyway. And let's get our last 2 stitches of the last color for this little bit, and then we will be done for today. Wedgwood Dark, 3842. Timing worked out pretty well with the end of the album as well. And there we go. Let's anchor this. And then we'll have a nice, easy place to pick up next time. We did all of this today. And there we go. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. We got a ton done. We listened to some fun music. We had nerdy discussions, you know, normal things. I will be back tomorrow with Slice and Dice. And then I will be back on Thursday with Subnautica. And then Monday we'll be working on this again. I'm not going to read into anyone. I need lunch real bad, so I'm just going to head out and go take care of that. Everyone have a wonderful day and take care. Bye!